This is the canvas. The canvas is where we can visually manipulate items in a sequence and preview our animations. I can just drag assets in from the asset browser and place them anywhere on the canvas. We can have as many items on the canvas as we like, and I can click and drag these around once we've got them on the canvas. And you can see that when items are selected, we have these selection transform tools which allow us to manipulate it. So we can scale them up, we can grab the corners and rotate them, and we have these handles down here which we can use to move the assets left and right and up and down, and these just lock the asset on its axis. Now you might have noticed some pink and blue lines appearing when I move things around. These are our smart guides and are purely to help position things on the canvas and get spacing and alignments right. So these snap to the centre points, the tops, sides and bottoms of other items on the canvas. And you can also see in pink here that we get specific pixel measurements between assets. If we want to multi-select and edit multiple things at once, we can hold shift and click and drag over items on the canvas. You can see that we can move these around together. To deselect, we click anywhere on the canvas. I'm going to multi-select these and delete them, so we've only got one thing to work with for now. Another tool we have are the rulers, which are accessed by these borders here, and these measurements are in pixels, and we can click and drag to place a top level ruler which we can snap assets to. And we can have as many of these on the screen as we like. To get rid of these, we just click and drag them back off the screen. Up here we have our sequence title and some dimensions next to it. This is the width and height of our canvas frame guide, which is this guide here. This is purely a visual indicator to help with sizing, positioning and spacing of items. This example is set to match a room size, which will help when we put it into our game later on. Finally, just like in the room editor, in the top right we have our toolbox. Here we have our grid. We can toggle that on and off, and we have its options in this drop down here. We have zoom out, we have reset zoom, we have zoom in, and center fit. We have our canvas gizmos here, which we can toggle on and off. I'll get into these a bit later on. And here we have our transform toggle mode, which helps us manipulate things on the canvas, which we'll also get into a little bit later on. And here we have our frame settings, which we can either toggle the visibility of the frame on and off. You can see that when I check this, it turns on or off on the canvas. I can change the width and height of the guide, which comes in handy for working in different resolutions. And I can also add a reference image for a background if I wanted to. And that's it for the canvas. It's an area where we can manipulate assets visually and have lots of useful aids and guides to make sure we get things looking right for when we start to animate.